3 things to know when you are romancing an Eastern European woman. First, many men think that just because he's American or he comes from another country in Western Europe or from Israel or from Japan, that this fact solo makes him way more appealing and desirable in the eyes of, let's say, a Ukrainian woman. Guys, I'm sorry to burst up your bubble, but the majority of Ukrainian women would actually prefer to date someone who represents their own culture and country. Even if she has lived most of her life in the US or in, let's say, Germany, she would really prefer to date someone who gets her, someone who understands her cultural background, someone who has similar dating culture. I understand why so many men really like this stereotype that all you have to do is just show up for meet a Ukrainian or a woman from Eastern Europe. Well, you have to be male and you have to show interest, and this is it. So in eyes of such men, dating a woman from Eastern Europe is so much more easier than, for example, dating someone in their own country. So of course this myth is really appealing for them, but in reality it's not so. Just being male and just being willing is definitely not enough. Of course, if you start courting a Ukrainian woman, you will have to show her that first of all you want to get to know her culture better, that you really like her culture and you respect her culture, because you know what, there will be competition and you will compete not only against other Western guys, you will compete against Ukrainian men who know her culture better, and you will have to prove to this woman that you are compatible on so many different levels, that your cultural differences are not a huge obstacle. Second, you want her to remain traditional and Ukrainian in the aspects that you find attractive, and you hope that she will change in other aspects. She will westernize in order to suit you better. Of course, it's not going to happen. Well, no doubts, when we start dating someone, and especially when we date someone, when we live with someone, when we get married and we are together for years, our backgrounds, our personalities, our personal habits will have a great influence on our partners. So we do change together as a couple, but it is an ongoing process, so it doesn't happen overnight. You can't just choose to love certain aspects that you find suitable, convenient, and hope or try to make your partner change other aspects because you don't like them or you like them less. Guys, love is never convenient. Shoes or a sofa can be convenient, but love is never convenient. So to expect that a woman will change so that you can love her for 100%, that's crazy. Many men like the looks of Ukrainian women. They like all the efforts these women put into their looks, into their appearance. They like it that Ukrainian women are proud of their beauty. But at the same time, these very men claim that, oh, I'm not ready to take you out on a proper date. Like, coffee date should suffice. Why? Because I'm not sure I'm going to pick her. So by the logic of this man, she has to put on her best dress, high heels, do her hair and makeup, but it has to look natural and effortless, of course. And she has to put all this effort, invest lots of time into looking especially good for him to do what? To just go out for coffee, and you will be the one to judge whether she's worth investing into lunch or into dinner. It's not going to happen. And these same men who claim they like traditional old school dating later tell that, oh, I don't want to pay $50 to buy her flowers. Like, she should invest all the effort, she should look her best, but I will take her out for coffee. And if I decide that I am choosing her, then maybe on the date number 2 or 3, I will buy her flowers and I will take her out on a proper date. Guys, if you ask a Ukrainian woman out on a coffee date, there won't be a second date. Of course, we are talking right now about a scenario when, for example, you have met through the matchmaking service or you have been talking prior to meeting. But if you have met her, let's say on Tinder, and you have met her casually, coffee date can be okay, but it is crazy to expect that she will put on her best dress, do her hair and makeup to look like her profile pictures. If, for example, you saw her glamorous profile pictures on Tinder and she was wearing their like glamorous clothes, she won't dress like that for a coffee date. If you want to date a woman who will split the bills, who will suggest to pay for drinks or pay for the desserts, don't date Ukrainian women or women from Eastern Europe, because both of you will end up disappointed. She will think that you are really cheap and you will blame her in being materialistic and money-minded. And these differences will touch not just the money. When you date a woman from Eastern Europe, she will expect it that you will take the lead in your acquaintance. You will be the one to ask her out, to text first. You will give her your umbrella if it rains outdoors. You will tuck her in, you will open the door, you will pour her wine. No, she won't expect a new iPhone on your first date unless she is 15 years younger and she believes you're her sugar daddy. If you don't want to run into a gold digger, don't date women who might have been your daughters. Easy as that. I have heard it many times from some Western men that Ukrainian women are money-minded, and here I was dating some Ukrainian women on Tinder and they all just wanted their money. And when I have asked this man how old were these women, usually they were like 20 years younger, 25 years younger, and men usually said that, oh, but this Irina, she's like really mature. She's really mature for her age. And the fact that she has asked for the iPhone on the second date, no, of course she felt like madly in love with me and she felt really attracted. But well, she was money-minded. I think it has lots to do with the age difference. And of course, such women who are eager to be sugar babes, they exist in all cultures, in all countries. It has nothing to do with Eastern Europe. If, for example, you try to date a much younger woman in the United States, risks are high that you will run into a gold digger. If you don't want to attract a gold digger, don't try to chase women who are like 20 years younger. I have heard many Western men complain that, for example, on the first date he has taken a Ukrainian woman out to this fancy restaurant or to this nice sushi place and he has paid for everything. So when he has taken her out on a second date, he has expected her to pay at least for drinks or to at least suggest to pay for drinks. And some men even say that, okay, she has complied, she has actually agreed to split the bill, but after that she has stopped answering my texts. Guys, if a Ukrainian woman agrees to split the bill in the restaurant, most likely when she is doing it, she is already mentally cutting you off from her life. So of course in the restaurant she won't try to make a scene, so most likely she will pay, but she will never ever see you again. And it has nothing to do with the desire to eat for free. No, it's part of a tradition. When a man courts a woman, he asks her out and he foots the bill. A Ukrainian woman can spend like half of her salary to buy expensive groceries if, for example, she is cooking for a man she is dating at her house. Let's say this is the date number 7 or 8, but if you're out on the date number 2 or 3 and you ask her to pay for her coffee, she can feel morbidly offended. She can think that you didn't like her, you want to put her down, you want to offend her. Yes, it is true that a Ukrainian woman can actually spend half of the day. She can take a day off to go to a beauty salon and she will spend half of the day there doing her hair, her effortless natural makeup, or painting her nails to look best for the date. And she will invest all this effort, and trust me, this is not cheap, especially for the date. And one can tell me right now that she is doing it for herself, to boost her confidence, to feel more feminine. And actually, it is a good idea to boost your confidence and to feel better when you go out on a date. It will be beneficial for both parties. But no, you are wrong. She is not doing it only for herself. She is doing it for you. She wants to wow you. She wants to impress you. Yes, and she wants to feel more confident, and her confidence will benefit the date. Actually, it is always a great idea to prepare yourself to the date, not to just show up 5 minutes after you have closed your laptop or or like 30 minutes after you have finished working, because you know what, you still will be operating on this working mode. You still won't switch into flirting mode. If, for example, you had a really stressful day at work, you know what you will bring with you on your date? Your stressful attitude, your stressful mood. You won't be optimistic, you won't feel relaxed, you won't be flirting with the lady, you will be stressed, you will bring your negativity, you will bring your poor attitude with yourself. And sometimes men hope that, you know what, magic of love, magic of romance will switch my mood. No, if you bring your negative, poor mood with you, it will just kill the date. It will ruin all the vibes. Quick tip how to prepare yourself to the date. At least plan 1 hour after your work so that you can take a longer walk, take a shower, maybe listening to the music. Eat something. It's not a good idea to go hungry even if you have planned to have a dinner. Eat something so that you are not in this poor mood while you are waiting for food. Think of something that makes you feel happier, more confident, and try to devote time to this activity prior to your date, so that when you go to the date, so when you meet the lady, you feel more relaxed, more at ease, you bring your positive attitude and good vibes. Not so long ago, one of our clients and his girlfriend have decided to introduce their kids. So they have planned a vacation together. A gentleman has booked a nice house with the pool, by the sea. Yes, we do work with wealthy people. We also work with people who identify themselves as middle class, and we do work with people who are young professionals, mostly who work in IT, who have just started their businesses. And at the moment we work with several college professors, so we work with different type of people. Anyway, our client has booked and paid for the rent of that house for 10 days. Also, he has paid for the tickets for his girlfriend and her daughter, and they were planning the meeting. I would say a week prior to the scheduled vacation, our client got cold feet. He said that, what if she doesn't like me as a person? What if she is just interested in this free vacation at the seaside? What if she is not serious? Yes, she's flying like 12 hours just to have a vacation at the seaside, and she's bringing her daughter with her. Of course, it's crazy. So our client, he was panicking that I am paying for this vacation, so for sure she can't be serious, she can't like me. Well, he had some negative experiences before. At the same time, his girlfriend was preparing herself to the trip. Her logic was, we are staying in the house, not in the hotel. Well, it makes sense because 3 younger teenagers and 2 of them, and the first meeting when they introduce the kids, so they want some privacy. Also, kids can have different schedules. Our kids can decide to wake up earlier, while other kids can decide to sleep till noon. Where will they have breakfast? It's not a hotel, so one will need to cook. And also, what if they don't feel like going out to eat lunches and dinners? Also, our female client knew that her boyfriend's son had diet restrictions, so it was tricky, according to her boyfriend, to find food for him when you go to just any restaurant. So she went grocery shopping, and she bought lots of cereals, lots of stuff that she knew she would need in that house once they arrive. Also, she didn't know if there will be any washing powder, and they would need to do the laundry because, 3 younger teenagers and they are staying in the house. So when she has showed up on that vacation, she had 2 suitcases. One filled with clothes, her clothes and her daughter's. Well, of course, she's a Ukrainian woman. She brought new dresses to wow her boyfriend. And another suitcase filled with groceries. So during this vacation, she has cooked all the breakfasts, most of lunches, and some dinners. Of course, they also did several trips to buy some additional groceries like eggs and milk, but she has brought all the cereals and all the stuff that she needed for cooking. She knew it would be hard to get it at the vacation zone. The question is, does her boyfriend appreciate all her efforts? I hope he does. They are still together, they are still building this relationship, and we keep our fingers crossed. And from my matchmaking perspective, I can tell that if this man wins her heart over, proposes to her, and she says yes, he would be a fortunate man. But why did he get cold feet, and why does he still have doubts? Because in his opinion, he has paid for the whole vacation. He has paid for the house, paid for all the tickets, and he had this fear, this crippling fear that this woman is with him just for money. Of course, it is not so. And this vacation, the money he has paid, it's not a huge sum for him. It's not like he won't be sleeping at night if their relationship does not work out. He has invested money. He did what he could and what he found reasonable. And she did what she could and found reasonable. When I'm talking about her investment, I'm not talking just about the meals she has cooked. I'm talking about all the efforts, about her thoughtfulness. She wanted to make her boyfriend happy. She wanted to please him. She wanted this vacation to be good for all the participants. Guys, choose and date people who want to make you happy, who are ready to go this extra mile for you. Don't settle for just pretty pictures. But I got distracted. Guys, if you expect your Ukrainian girlfriend to do her best, to wow you with her looks, to invest lots of time and effort, and at the same time to split the bills, to cook the meals, to change in order to please you and to push you to love her even harder, it's not going to happen. Your dreams are delusional. Just get over yourself. 3. Women from Eastern Europe are not easy or cheap. I have heard it from so many men that, oh, women in the United States or women in Switzerland or women in France, they are just money-minded, they are all high maintenance and they are too demanding. They don't want to date older men, like 10 or 15 years of an age gap, it's too much for them. So I don't want to date them. I want to date someone from Ukraine because I have heard that age is just a number there, and well, they don't have enough men, and for Eastern European woman, the biggest achievement in her life is to be married. Okay, let's put this straight. There are high-maintenance women in all countries, in all cultures. They are not the problem. The problem is the man who's lusting after such woman because he superficially finds her hot. Such a woman has a really special energy about her. I would call it energy of money. You can tell that she is dressed and her cosmetics, everything is quality and expensive, and most likely she frequents really luxurious beauty salons. Most likely she doesn't spend 24/7 cooking, cleaning and taking care of 5 kids, and most likely she doesn't have 3 demanding jobs. If she has a demanding job or a business, most likely she hire help because you can't take care of everything. You can't cook, clean and have a demanding business. So of course men start forming lines to catch her attention, and there is our average Joe who is neither rich nor famous nor very handsome, but he wants to date a woman like that, and there is no big surprise that she is not choosing him. She doesn't even notice him, she doesn't acknowledge him, and he believes that she is the problem. So his logic is, okay, a beautiful woman who is high-maintenance woman who has invested lots of time, effort and money into herself, she is not choosing me for who I am because she is materialistic, because she is not romantic, because she is American, so I will switch the country. It's not me the problem, it's her. I will switch the country and I will start lusting after high-maintenance women, let's say in Eastern Europe. So now this 42 or 55 years old accountant from, let's say, Canada or France lusts after a really beautiful, very glamorous 28 or 33 years old Ukrainian woman who has high standards when it comes to dating, because usually men that show interest in her take her out to expensive restaurants. They shower her in gifts, attention, compliments. So she knows that she looks really good. She knows that she has built business, and at the same time she is beautiful, she's highly educated, she speaks several languages. So of course she won't settle for an average Joe. And at the same time, this average Joe from Canada claims that she has to choose him back because he's a nice guy and he will love her like no other man before because he had this special romantic soul. Of course, if a woman is young and beautiful and she is above average beautiful and she aims to marry up, she dreams to become a trophy wife one day, and if she is okay with dating an older man, she feels okay to exchange her years and beauty for his experience, for his power of money, because one day she wants to be this trophy wife with beautiful kids, with a 24/7 nanny. She wants to send these kids to private school. She wants to have a private yoga instructor, a gardener, a woman who will cook, clean. So she has her own dreams and demands. But some men from the West, they believe it is okay to chase a Ukrainian woman who is 15, 20 years younger, has a university degree, speaks several foreign languages, has a model looks, is very attractive. Either go in and she must choose him back just because he wants it. International dating is definitely not for everyone. And if your logic is that in Ukraine or in Eastern Europe, or when you date a Ukrainian woman in States, that she will be easy, cheap, that you will impress her with your passport or with speaking with an American accent, no, you will just waste your time. Don't go there. International dating can be truly beneficial for men who love diversity, who love different cultures, accents, different flavors, who love learning more about new cultures, who want to bring extra romance into their relationship, and of course who can afford traveling. If you choose international dating, make sure you have the time and the money to actually travel, because you can't fly just once to, let's say, Poland or Czech Republic and have 3 dates with the woman and win her over and here you are, wow, you have a girlfriend. No, it doesn't work like that. But if you just expect to date way out of your league and you expect this dating experience to be way more cheaper, that hot, much younger supermodels or okay girls your age, but really way more beautiful than you are, will form lines to catch your attention just because you are from the UK, from Australia or from United States, it's not going to happen. Choose international dating for all the right reasons. And right now is the time to press like, if you haven't done it yet, to subscribe to our channel. And also I strongly recommend you to support our channel by becoming a sponsor, and you will get access to additional content that we film for our sponsors. My name is Svetlana Mucha. I am the founder and the leading matchmaker at Diolli.com, a dating coach. You can request a complimentary consultation with the matchmaker by filling in the form below this video. I want to wish you lots of love. I will see you in the next one, especially for Diolli.com from München, Germany.